In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to add a table. You might want to add a table at times for things like a price list or something where you want a column and rows. Now, tables aren't necessarily good for websites because they're generally not mobile responsive, so when these are viewed on a mobile phone they generally can go off the screen. Okay, but if you do need to add one, it's advisable to keep the tables quite small, and they should be okay. So I'm going to show you how to add a table to a page. So I've just created an example page here called prices. Okay, so I'm just going to edit the page. Now in the editor area, I'm going to insert a table. Okay, so the insert table option is here. When you click it, insert table, is going to ask you how many columns and how many rows you want, and you can select. Okay, so in this example I'm just going to do 2 columns and say 5 rows. Okay, when you add that straight away, it's obviously put the table very small. So what you need to do is kind of like just do some typing a little bit, just so you can see the table. So just move your cursor with the arrows, and then you can type, and then you can see the table. Okay, and so at the top here, maybe I want to put service and then price. Okay, and then in the column you will put your services, for example. What else? Okay, and then I'm going to put my prices in. Okay, so I'm just going to save that so you can see. Now if I view the web page, you see it's put the price table in there like this. Okay, so at the moment it's kind of like will be responsive, because when you put a table in, it's automatically going to make it 100% wide. So as you type, the table gets bigger. So it's kind of like responsive. So if I make this screen size smaller, as would be on a mobile device, you'll see that the table does get smaller. Okay, so this is like the size of a mobile phone. And so you can see the table looks fine there, so it's not a problem. But when you start making the content in the tables a lot longer, okay, so if I was to put a very long word in here, for example, and maybe just some longer stuff in this one as well, save that. Now if I have a look again, still it looks okay on a desktop computer, but as soon as I try and make this smaller, okay, you see that I'm starting to get a scroll bar here. So on a mobile phone this actually would be cut off. And if I was to add another column in, if I was to have another column in here, with more data in, Still, it doesn't look too bad on a normal desktop screen, but as soon as we come down to mobile size, yeah, you see that most of the table is missing. Yeah, so this is the problem you get with tables when you have a lot of columns, okay, on and the display on mobile or small devices. Okay, so if you're going to use tables, keep the columns small and you'll be fine. Not too many. Let's delete this column. So under the table option, you've got lots of different options, yeah? Okay. Services. Okay, so this is my table, yeah, my price table, which looks fine, yeah, now on a mobile as well, yeah, nice. So that's a good way to manage things like a price list and stuff like that. Once you've got your table, you can easily add in extra rows or columns. Okay, so wherever you want to add, for example, a column or a row. So if I want to add another row before or after massage, just put your cursor in there, go up to the table option, okay, and then go down to row, yeah, and I can insert a row before or after. So if I insert a row after, just put another row in there for me. Same with a column. If I want to put a column in between these two, make sure you got your cursor in the column, okay, and table, go down to columns, and I'll insert a new column after this one, yeah. So sometimes you just have to use your cursor just to move your arrows just to, on your keyboard, just to move the cursor across, and then you can see. Okay, so if I want to get rid of this column now, yeah, just make sure my cursor is in that column, up to tables, go to column, and then delete column. I want to delete this row that I've just added, put the cursor in there, up to tables, rows, delete row, back to as we were. There's a few formatting things you can do with the table. Yeah, so if you go to table properties, you can make the you don't really want to put a width or a height in the table, because if you put a width and a height in, then it no longer is 100%, and so it will become a fixed width, and then once again you'll have problems with smaller devices. But if you want to add spacing and padding, you can do this. So for example, I want to add 10 pixels padding. I can put 10 in there, and you see it's made the table, yeah, more padded out. Yeah, so if I refresh, actually it's not affecting this because the style sheet is styling this table, so the padding and would not affect this anyway, although it would display here, but the styling in this website is taking over. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. That's how to add tables into your website.